Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Excited to share the next tip with you. So here is the book, as I shown earlier, of the information I've been tracking throughout my career that's helped me as a facility manager. So I'm gonna hop right into it, get into my next tip for you. So the next one I have written down is start by literally and figuratively taking out the trash, doing the blank that nobody else wants to do. And so what that boils down to is taking initiative in your role. And it's not necessarily going crazy above and beyond, but just knowing that you're a self-starter. Think about it from an employer's perspective. If you're hiring somebody and they meet the criteria, the skills, the work experience, the education, etc., and this person does their workload, but along the way, they also do these little ancillary things or tasks that just kind of have the aggregate of marginal gains, right? That help your facility and team overall. I'll give you a couple quick examples. Years ago when I first started, it was very green. I had overheard our supervisors and managers talk about how they'd asked a lot of people to bring 208 to a certain table in our shop. Well, I took it upon myself that evening, along with another colleague, to run power to that bench. I had not bent any conduit at that time. I think I'd changed like 2 breakers my entire life up to that. So running conduit was a really new thing. Sizing wire was, I was close enough. Ended up running power there. The very next day, the master electrician comes in and he asked us in the shop, "Who the hell ran this power?" I kind of sheepishly raised my hand like, oh, here it comes, right? This is gonna be a bad day for me. Ended up pulling me aside and asking if I wanted to be an electrical apprentice. He said he'd asked for that to be done for a very long time. I'd been with the company for 3 months and almost overnight leapfrogged so many of the other people that had been there that even if they weren't complacent, gave the appearance that they were. So it just goes to show you the power of initiative. I can also tell you that within the more recent years, I took a position and within the first 3 months, I think I got rid of 5 40-yard dumpsters full of trash. And I came up with a really quick system to help inventory, even though inventory wasn't wholeheartedly my responsibility and I had some overshadowing into it. I came up with a really simple system that said, all right, we got these big stickers, these almost 8.5 by 11, and they were green, yellow, and red. Green was sell, yellow was keep, red was scrap, right? So we go through all the equipment, part of the inventory. I came up with a simple system of emailing only the key people that needed to weigh in on something. I didn't need everybody's input because people in facility management for some reason are excellent at hoarding. So we got the key buy-in from people. We went through keep, sell, scrap, and we ended up just trashing, selling, recapturing revenue for our department. That stuff had been sitting there for years. People had walked by it. So it's so easy when you take a new position to just get your blinders on and focus on your job description. And oftentimes it can be overwhelming, but just make note of the things that are bothering people, right? By doing things that nobody wants to do, listen to what people are saying has been a common complaint for a long time that you now have as kind of a key marker, a key indicator in your mind that's saying, wow, I've heard a lot of people bring this up. And if nobody wants to do something, that means you should take it on. Just keep taking initiative. I was also fortunate enough to take a management course. And in that management course, one of the questions was, what makes a rock star at work? And they asked the group of us, and they said, what do you think makes a key employee? And everybody said, oh, it's their education, it's their skill set, it's the work experience that they've had, their technical acumen, all these things. Turns out that's all definitely part of it, but the number one thing that makes a rock star at work is initiative, right? Doing something, and even though I ran that piping wrong, I think I ran 1,500 degrees worth of bends, and he said I was supposed to be below 700 at that, based on his calculations, right? I was double the amount of bends, and I didn't put any junction boxes, and he literally laughed, like he was just laughing out loud that how terrible it was run. But on the other hand, he was so happy and so forgiving of those innocuous mistakes that he would rather have somebody who has the right attitude, willing to learn, willing to make mistakes, and just somebody that's going to get something done. Because I don't know if you've heard this phrase or not, but speed beats perfection most of the time. I would 99 out of 100 times rather tell my boss that I got it done and I need to make a few additional tweaks rather than miss a deadline and tell him, I'm so sorry, I haven't been able to get this done because I'm waiting for it to be perfect for you. And I think that's the lesson there. Anytime you get a chance to just do something, whether it's unspoken or you hear people complaining about the way things have always been, that is a huge opportunity for you to just hop right into something and just knock it out. So I hope that helps. I'm sure you already knew that, but if you didn't, just reinforce that and make sure whenever you have the opportunity to do more than you're asked for in almost every situation. Your goal should always be, how can you provide more in useful value than you take from a company, an organization, a prospective client, whoever it is you're working with, in cash value. Again, how can you provide more in useful value than you take from somebody in cash value? So take initiative, keep kicking ass. Make sure you please like, subscribe, share, and take initiative to like this video right now. Thank you.